My first sea story?
Your first big sea story.
This is a good one. I'm going to tell this one.
Yes,
So our good friend Eric, right?
Oh boy.
Nickname E Nasty.
So the destroyers have two small boats. They're called ribs, rigid hull inflatable boats. So one time I was standing watch. I was on the bridge, right? So I was driving the ship. I was helping to drive the ship, and we often send the small boats in and out of, of port to pick people up, drop people off, pick up parts, etc. Right? E. Nasty is one of our search and rescue swimmers, and he's also an officer. So he was the boat officer, so he was like responsible for the small boat as it went out to go pick someone up and bring someone back in. It's late at night. It's like 1 a.m. We have the Waikiki or Honolulu skyline right there. We're pretty close to shore. We can see everything. And he goes out, and then like 3 hours later, I'm like, it's been a long time. Like he probably should be back by now. And we're close enough to land that we have cell service. So I call him. I'm on the bridge wing. I'm looking at the skyline. I'm like leaning over the bridge wing, and he doesn't pick up at first. I'm like, oh God. He calls me back. I'm like, hey. He's like, dude, I'm soft aground right now. Aground meaning he has beached the boat on accident on a reef or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he had just qualified officer of the deck, meaning he had just gained the captain's trust. And I put my hand on my head. I'm like, and then the captain comes up behind me. He's like, "Is that Eric?" Like, sir, Eric's soft aground right now. And the captain's like, "No." And so the way he describes it is he got one of the paddles, had to like push the boat off of the reef, and then somehow navigate his way back to the ship.
Oh my God.
And came back, the like little propeller was all jacked up, the hull was all scraped. And it was close enough to land where we could like see where he ran aground, and so we'd always point to it whenever there's like a golf course nearby, and be like, "Hey, that's where you ran aground."
Wait, there's a golf course like where, like right where it
right
happened?
next to it, yeah.
So people are like literally playing golf and see this guy.
It was 1 a.m. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's fair, yeah.
Imagine him just being stuck in the ocean at like 1 a.m, not wanting to call for help.
Yeah. In his defense, it is a pretty narrow like harbor, and it's quite easy to get yourself lost.
I'm saying you never ran the boat aground, and he did.
I had much less opportunities to do it than he did, but it's still a good story because